Here we are, a beautiful Baldwin Beach Park. We're going to do the rigging video for the TR-6. Today we have the 5.9. You take it out of the bag, get it ready to rig up here. Obviously the first thing you want to do is roll out the sail. And I would recommend, if you're in a place where it's quite windy, that you want to get the mast together before you roll out the sail. Just so it's there ready. You want to have the boom close by, the extension close by. You want to have the mast already together. Some of you might be asking the question whether the rigging on the TR-6 is any different to the TR-5 last year's race sail. It's really not. So we're going to show you how to rig the TR-6 here. When your mast is already together, start sliding the mast on top of the batten. Not on the cam, on top of the batten. Keep sliding the mast on top of the cambers and push the mast all the way to the top of the sleeve. It's all loose, mast is nowhere near the cambers, but that's how we're going to start to rig it. Next we're going to put the downhaul on. We're going to show two ways of putting the cambers on. First way is going to be without the boom, where we put downhaul probably about 3/4 of the way, and then you go back and pop the cams on. So we're going to pull this downhaul, and then we're going to walk up and pop the cams on. Now we're going to go and start popping the cams on, starting with the batten just above the boom cutout. And then the next one up, which is the top cam. Then we're going to work our way down. Open the sleeve on the bottom one and just pop it on. Put pressure on the cam down and then push it on with your other hand. So now the cams are on. Very easy, very simple, once you learn the technique. Now we can go and put the boom on. The mast is already forward, so you can easily access it. Boom's on. Now before we touch the outhaul, we're going to go back and now adjust the downhaul. We're going to be looking for the same thing as we did on most of the other sails. We're going to be looking looseness, coming down to the 4th, 5th batten, maybe even the 6th batten here on the TR-6. You want to have so the sleeve on the bottom becomes nice and snug, nice and clean, and there's the looseness coming down to the 5th batten, the 6th batten. Attach the outhole onto the clue pulleys. And really just neutral outhole until we get the sail on the water and decide how we'd like to have the sail set. We're going to rig the sail now a little differently. We're going to pull the downhaul without putting the cams on. Then we're going to attach the boom, pull the outhole, and then pop the cams on. So we want to pull the downhaul quite a lot, almost to maximum, to pull the mast forward so we can pop on the boom. Probably a little easier doing it this way, but it takes a little bit longer. So the mast is pulled forward now. Cams are still not on the mast. The reason why you pull the downhaul is to make sure the mast comes further forward like this. Once the boom's on, we're going to go back and pull the outhole. Probably pull the maximum outhole too. So you want to check before you have your boom on to try to get the correct boom length. You look at the spec box on the bottom of the sail, or the sail bag will tell you that. Take a tape measure, or you can look at your boom measurements, set the boom to the correct length. Now we're going to pull quite a lot of the outhole. The sail is very flat. It doesn't really look like anything right now. Now we're going to go back. This is very important. You're going to let off the downhaul. And that's so the sleeve gets loose and there's enough space to pop on the cambers. Now again, I recommend going and starting with the batten just above the boom cutout. The next one up, you can open the sleeve, pop your hand in, pop the cam on. Very, very simple. Next one below, push your hand inside, put some pressure on the batten, and then pop that cam on. And then the very lower cam, open the zipper, push the pressure on the batten and pop the cam on. Now all the cams are on, we're ready to pull the downhole again. There we go, done. Obviously we get a lot of questions about the downhole of the sail. How much downhole should you have? Where should the looseness come to? Well, the downhole really should be set looseness about 4th or 5th batten. And then the next thing that we can play with is the outhole. I really like to get on the water and feel the sail and then play around with the outhole. So if you're running a downwind slalom, you can have a little bit looser on the downhole because the sail's going to be opening a little bit more power. You can handle that when you're going off the wind. But if you're going to go on a figure 8 course or you want to go upwind a little bit, you can pull a little more outhole on it. So it really depends on the conditions, whether it's choppy or flat water, whether you're overpowered, underpowered. Overpowered, you're going to pull a little more outhole. Underpowered, you're going to power the sail up and let the outhole off a little bit. So it's really up to you. Get it on the water, get a feel for the sail, the conditions, and then you can set your outhole. I also generally wouldn't pull more downhole if you're getting overpowered. I would just play with the outhole. You may want to stand the sail up and have a look on it, but really it doesn't represent anything like what the sail is going to do on the water or how it's going to perform. Sail on the land is static, looks very weird. The top of the sail is very loose and it doesn't look like much. And even the shape of the sail you really don't see until you get it on the water, get some wind pressure on it, and the sail fills out and you get a feeling for it. I'm going to show some pointers here on de-rigging the sail. First thing you want to do is let off the outhole and take the boom off completely. What we're going to be doing is we're going to let the downhole off and have all the cams pop off the mast. It's actually the best way to do it. And you want to let it happen quite quickly because then there won't be any chance for the battens to break. So we take the boom off. And now we're all set. We're going to release the downhole and all the cams are going to pop off. So you want to stand back so you don't get your fingers caught. And then it's very easy to slide the mast out. You always want to roll the sail from the top, roll it quite tight so you can get it back in the bag again. Use the tie-me up, secure it all.